we want to graph two cycles of y equals 8 tangent 2x plus pi minus 5. And in doing so, we need to determine the period and the equations of the asymptotes. So let's do that first. We know that y equals a tangent of b times x minus c plus d. So that's our standard form. So we need to give what they originally gave us to look like this. So that's going to give me y equals, remember everything in front stays the same. Now for b, I need to factor out a 2. Then I get x minus. Now how am I going to just get pi? Well, I'm going to do times pi over 2 plus, except in our case it's a minus, so minus 5. So there's our standard formula. Now what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that I made a mistake, that's a plus, sorry about that, and that a is going to be 8, so there's our amplitude. It says that b is 2, and what does that tell us? Well, that tells us that the period is pi over 2. What is c? There's why I made that mistake, so we made sure it's a plus. So the opposite is the original formula, so it's a minus, so this should be minus pi over 2. And what is d? d is minus 5, so that means there's a shift down 5 units. Now, how do you find your asymptotes? So this time what I want you to do is I want you to actually go look it up if you don't know it by heart, and then I want you to come back and check and make sure that the answer you got is going to look exactly like what you see when you come back. Welcome back. So hopefully here's what you got for your asymptotes. Remember, there's a formula, you plug that in, and then you have to add to it k over pi over 2 because that's what the period is. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of the graphing to make sure we're all in the same place. Remember, this is not going to be exact. I'm going to have my vertical asymptotes. So I'm going to go ahead and get those set up. So here are my vertical asymptotes. Now remember, you need to make sure you actually have your values. So this is going to be minus pi over 4. This is going to be pi over 4. And this is going to be 3 pi over 4. Now, what's one of the things that we noticed? It says that we had a vertical shift down 5 units. So it'd be down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what do you remember? It also says that it shifted to the left minus pi over 2. But in this case, it does not affect our graph. So what does that mean? Well, we still know what tangent looks like. So it's going to come up from over here and then get really close to this one. And then it's going to do the exact same thing over here, making sure that we stay at 5 for when it actually turns.